A superb and exciting day, everyone. Welcome to Grade 10 English class. I am Teacher Janeline S. Galilea. Let us start our lesson with a prayer, checking of attendance, and review of the past lesson. Today, we will be learning about discovering personal challenges through myth. In this lesson, you will first, define myth. Second, get information from the text or selection that can be used in everyday life. Third, recognize personal challenges as spices in making an individual a better person. And fourth, construct a concise, persuasive essay on safety rules. Before we're going to start our lesson, let's play a game first. It's called Blocks That Block, a rebus. Listen carefully to my instructions. First, I'm going to flash on the screen a wordle or a rebus that represents a saying or a well-known phrase. Second, identify the phrase or idiom represented by each block. Let's start! Our first picture. What does it say? You're right, it's better late than never. Second picture. It says, correct, it's crossroads. And final picture is perfect, it's I'm in trouble. Now, let me ask you, what is your overall impression about the phrases? It happened in the real life. So, how do these phrases reflect realities in life? Do you remember the time when we were so weak and low? Can you raise your hand if you have experienced being in a trouble? Like, you have committed mistakes and you are afraid that your loved ones might know? And do you experience being in a crossroad? Like, decision making is very difficult to make. If you think that you are the most unfortunate person in the world, you may watch this motivational video of a boy who is an inspiration to millions. Watch this.
I just love life. I love life. You know, so many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story.
She walks busy streets looking for her next mate. Maybe he will be the one. 'Cause in her mind there is more to life than being someone. But deeper down she has found.
The desire for me to be independent and live a normal life and a full life is a dream of mine. I really just want to put limits aside and live life to the fullest and just going for it. To overcome an obstacle, you have to realize where you are and to visualize yourself overcoming these obstacles, to focus on the positive things that we do have, using everything that we have to the best of our ability.
Many people look at me and say, Nick, how come you're smiling? How come you're so happy? And I want to be like you. And I don't mean like, you know, I want to be like you in a prideful way, but they see the strength in me. You look at me and you want the confidence that I have. You want the smile that I have. Many people ask where it's from. And tonight I'm going to tell you where Nick's smile is from.
You're beautiful, just the way you are. She walks busy streets looking for her next mate. Maybe he will be the one. 'Cause in her mind there is more to life than being someone. But deeper down she has found the one thing that makes her feel loved. So she is looking for it in all the wrong places. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. just the way you are. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Set. That's fun. Let's do it again.
Just the way you are.
How do you find the video? How did Nick overcome the challenges in his life? That's right. Despite being physically challenged, Nick is full of positivity and gratefulness, which made him happy and successful in life. Now, you may recall the challenges that you have faced in your life and be able to relate them to the selection that you are about to read.
Who are the characters you see on the screen? In what type or kind of selection or story you found them?
Correct! They are gods and goddesses, and we found them in myth. So we have Zeus, Athena, Aphrodite, Poseidon, Hades, and actually there are more. So what are some myths that you have read? Percy Jackson, the movie Percy Jackson. Cupid and Psyche, Arachne, Odysseus. So what made these stories myth? Presence of gods, goddesses, heroes? Let's check. A myth is an ancient story created to explain natural events. Gods, goddesses, and heroes are among the characters in myth. In addition to explaining events in nature, some myths present a lesson on how to live or serve as a warning to follow the rules of the society. The story you are about to read, which is entitled Daedalus in Icarus, is an example of a myth. It discusses adventures and mistakes of heroes or characters.
While reading, please look for this. Before we will proceed to the reading of the text, let's accomplish first this Story Anticipation Reaction Guide. Listen carefully. Bring out a piece of paper and a pen. Together, let us read the statements on column 2 and write disagree or agree depending on which corresponds your answer. Let's start. Number 1. Daedalus is a famous architect and inventor. Number 2. Daedalus created a maze for King Minos so complex that nobody could escape from it. Number 3. To keep Daedalus from revealing the secrets of the maze, Minos imprisoned him and his son Icarus. Number 4. Icarus flew too close to the sun. And number 5. Icarus drowned in the sea. We will check if we have anticipated the statements right after we have read the story. For easier understanding of the text, Let's define the following words included in the selection. Number 1. Frescoes. It is a technique of mural painting executed upon freshly laid lime plaster. Number 2. Infamous. Well known for some bad quality or deed. Number 3. Labyrinth. It is complicated, irregular network of passages or path. And number 4. Osier. A small Eurasian willow that grows mostly in wet habitats.
Now that you have read the story, can you bring out your anticipation reaction guide? Let's check if you have anticipated the statements well. Let's start. Number 1, can you read and answer? It's agree. Daedalus is a famous architect and inventor. How about number 2? It's agree. Daedalus created a maze so complex that nobody could escape from it. Number 3, it's agree. Minos imprisoned Daedalus and Icarus. How about number 4? It's still agree. Icarus flew too close to the sun. And last, number 5, again, it's agree. Icarus drowned in the sea. At this time, you may now go to your assigned group and area silently. The tasks for each group are now posted. Each group must select a new reporter for sharing of ideas, which will take place after 8 minutes. Good luck! Very good! All of you did a great job. Sometimes, challenges do come in our life because of the results of the decisions that we have made. However, there are also challenges that we cannot control. All we need to do is how to respond to every challenge. We have to respond smartly and wisely. Remember that a challenge is supposed to be a learning which will make us a better and stronger person in the coming days.
Your final task. On a one-whole sheet of paper, write an essay about a safety rule that you think is important but people often ignore because it seems like following it will ruin the fun. Convince your readers why they should obey this safety rule. Be guided with a rubric. For your assignment, create a poster based on the theme, characters that we need in order to overcome challenges in life. Use a short bond paper for your output. Be guided with a rubric.
And that's all for today. See you in our next meeting. Goodbye!